It's time for it's Santa Keeley to come down with his bag of trailers, and also he gives out some awards, I hear.
Yeah, possibly. It's mostly commercials, I believe.
Uh-huh. And we are going to do our annual speculation on what the Game Award will go to. I looked it up. The Game Award statue doesn't have a name, uh, but you can buy them for $25,000 a statue
Oh my god.
from Weta Workshop.
So I
So,
could just skip being a game developer and just invest. That sounds like a better investment.
yeah. But as always, these are not what we want to win necessarily. This is what we think will win. And I
Okay.
reviewed our track record from previous years. In
Uh-oh.
2022, we got 13 out of 32 correct.
That's not good.
In in 2023, we got 19 out of 31 correct. And that was mostly over waffling whether it would go to Alan Wake 2 or Baldur's Gate 3.
I mean, it is what it is. I think we'll do better this year. This year we'll do a clean what, 31, 32, easy.
I mean, it's exponential growth.
Yes.
Between the last 2 years, we increased by six. So mathematically, in 2 years, we'll have every category correct.
Yes. It's just a statistical fact. But Murph, how are you feeling about this year's nominees?
It's a weird lineup. We'll talk about it more when you and I do our own game of the year look
Mhm.
back. But last year was known as like the year of the AAA game, right? And I
Yeah.
think this was like the year of the sleeper hits.
I could see that, especially since like we kept feeling like, oh man, there's not a lot coming out this year. But then when something came out, it felt like it all came out at once.
Yes. And there was just also it was I felt really distracted this year. It's like, "Oh, I've got to play this, but I've also got to play this, and I've got to play this as well." It was like a lot of
Mhm.
small bite-sized games. It was really a year for indies.
Yes, which we will not see super reflected except for one notable exception here, but
Yeah. But let's get into it. So, I think it is the same category lineup as last year. I don't think they've added anything.
okay.
No. But let's start with what you and I know best, of course. Best esports team.
Oh my god, I can't see
Did
this
we've
shit.
got Billy Gaming, Gen G, Navi, T1, and Team Liquid.
Oh my god. And this is mostly League of Legends shit. Oh.
It is.
Okay, can we consult on the past few years who has won this prior?
So, best esports team last year was JD Gaming for League of Legends.
Okay. I get the feeling that it's going to be another League of Legends. I think Dota's dead. I've never heard of Navi. Let's go T1. That's my take. Or Bibli
Of
Gaming because it sounds fun.
of like these guys, these two photo shot at the same villa. Like that's
Yes. Yes, they did.
Meanwhile, these guys have personality. This dude has his tongue out. Like they seem human.
Yes. So do we want to go non-human?
No, we're aiming for a human 2025 in the Daydreamcast.
Okay.
So
You think humans will win in 2025? I understand.
I want I want the human soul to win out in 2025.
The T1, which is also an ironic name for this bit. But yes, T1.
Yes. All right. Oh God, I forget it does this. No, I don't want to share every single vote I do. Next category. Players voice. No, I've gone backwards. No. We go esports athlete. 33. Alexib Chovy Faker Ziwoo and
Oh no.
consonants.
I like Chovy. Chovy's got the best picture.
Chovy does have that spunk in him. What games do any of these play?
League of Legends, I'm assuming.
And do we not qualify like fighting game players in
That's what
esports?
I've
That's
always
this?
been wondering. I'm like, I don't get it. I guess not.
Huh. Yeah, let's go Chovy. Best esports game: Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and Valorant. For the
Uh,
last 2 years, it has gone to Valorant.
let's go Valorant again. I feel like Valorant's the big one still, right? I've never heard of Mobile Legends Bang Bang though.
No, it looks like something that I'd be advertised with like a live action person off to the left corner being like, "I finally found the game everyone's talking about."
Yes.
All right. Apologies to listeners for my husky voice. I'm currently getting over a bad cold. Uh,
I think it's good. I think it's steam.
I'm a little drowsy off the cough syrup, and then I thought to myself, you know what will cancel out the drowsy is if I chug an entire can of Diet Coke.
I don't think that makes it better. Okay, let's
It
next
didn't.
category.
It didn't. Content Creator of the Year:
Oh
Queso,
no.
Ilojuan, Techo Gamers, Typical Gamer, and Usada Picora.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to say I'm personally insulted that Daydreamcast is not on this list. But it's okay.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it. We're just gonna be
this
under the
man, this man is
radar.
your typical gamer. This man,
I don't recognize any of these people.
I know Queso because he has that one clip where he takes the quiz on every fast food burger and gets them all right and hates himself.
That's funny.
So for that, I'm inclined to say Queso.
Is he taking a picture outside a Waffle House?
Yeah,
Let's do that one. Yes, that sells me. I'm pro Waffle House.
human.
That's a human. Back to this theme.
Most anticipated game: Death
Okay.
Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds.
Okay, the real answer is Grand Theft Auto 6. What's going to win the Game Awards is going to be Death Stranding 2.
Really, I feel it's a Metroid Prime category.
No, no. It's a Grand Theft Auto or Death Stranding. Metroid Prime got a pity nom. All these other ones
Hmm.
got pity noms.
You really feel that?
Yes.
Okay. So you think it's Death Stranding to take?
I think this is me imagining my conspiracy. I think this is a biased uh Game Awards. I think Death Stranding 2 is going to get it. But I think if you measured culturally the actual most anticipated game, it would be Grand Theft Auto 6.
Okay. You think Keeley has his thumb on the scale
Yes.
for his lover boy Kojima?
Yes.
I understand.
What
But
do
you
you
know
think?
what? Love is human.
Yeah.
Best adaptation:
Oh.
Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon Yakuza, and Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. I think this is Fallout's category to win, maybe Arcane.
Yeah. I think it's those two.
Fallout was like actually nominated for like Emmys.
Yes. I would suspect that's going to get it. Plus, there's probably going to be some Bethesda announcement.
Mm-hmm. Fallout, the TV show, the game.
Yes. That's going to be the New Vegas remake, which is based on season 2, which is based on New Vegas.
I think Fallout takes it.
Yeah. Arcane is so 2 years ago.
Best multiplayer for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design. Okay, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2.
First time anyone said 40,000 instead of 40K. I think this is Helldivers 2's category to win unless it's Call of Duty. I don't think these others have a shot.
I think Helldivers 2 is nominated for a few things, and I think even Game of the Year.
Oh
But
wow.
I don't think it's taking that. I think
So
this is
this
its
yeah.
pity category to take.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. 100%. That or if we're wrong in posterity, Call of Duty would be the second pick.
Best sports/racing title: F1 24, EA Sports FC 25, NBA 2K 25, Topspin 2K 25, or WWE 2K24?
I think this was a year of wrestling. I think WWE takes it.
Okay. I mean, it is like the 75 years of WrestleMania
Yes.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Uh, sure. Last year F1 took it,
Yeah.
but I'm fine with going with WWE.
Rock and roll.
Best sim or strategy game: Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess, I didn't know that came out, Manor Lords, or Unicorn Overlord.
This
What a
category is silly.
hodgepodge.
Who the fuck would ever vote for Age of Mythology Retold? What a garbage game no one cares about. It should honestly be left in the annals of history, if you ask me.
Uh-huh. So you're all about that Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess life, right?
Murph, go ahead. This is your category to pick.
I Frostpunk 2 is still good because it's by 11-bit, but it didn't have the impact Frostpunk 1 had. Manor Lords, I've only seen a slight bit of buzz about, and these other two are anime games that I don't really see discussed in the strategy like sphere so much. See, the issue is they've got like tactics games mixed in with RTSs, and
Yeah.
those are ultimately two different types of crowds. Here's the thing, I swear I'm not being biased, but I feel like Age of Mythology is the safe pick
Okay.
because that's like a high profile Microsoft release. Microsoft is like pushing it pretty hard.
Yeah.
I would suspect the average game journo has heard of it, or at least heard of the game it's remaking,
Yes.
more than these other titles.
I think it's between Age of Mythology and Frostpunk 2.
Age of Mythology, I know who I am.
There you go.
Best family game. Appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. We've got Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, or The Plucky Squire.
Okay. Having played both Astrobot and Echoes of Wisdom, I think Echoes of Wisdom's a better game. I think this is Astrobot's category to win. I think this is Astrobot's pity category.
Because Astrobot is also nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
However, if you asked me what would win of the ones I've played, I would actually give it to Plucky Squire. But I don't think Plucky Squire is on the radar. So I think Astrobot is the safe. This is what the committee's going to go with. Best fighting game. Oh boy.
No.
Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Multiverses, or Tekken 8. It's Tekken 8, right? Or is it the Marvel vs. Capcom?
I think the actual answer, the real answer is Tekken 8. The answer that's going to win is possibly Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
You really think so?
I mean, this is not about the genre. This is not about the craft. This is about where things are. And I think Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is it's between that or Tekken. I don't think a collection's gonna get it. I don't think Grand Blue's gonna get it. Especially since Rising was basically last year. Multiverses is dead. It's fucking dead. Uh
Yeah.
so
I think a lot of game journos are secretly Tekken sickos. You know?
that's for sure. That is definitely true. We know them firsthand.
So I feel like Tekken 8 takes it.
If you want to go Tekken, I won't judge you because that logic is definitely true.
Best RPG: Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantasio. This is a tricky category.
Yes, it is. I would say that for me, in my opinion, the two front or the all I would say three front runners because all three of the things here are Game of the Year noms, right?
Um,
Was Rebirth
Elden
nominated?
Ring, Final Fantasy, and Metaphor are
So yeah,
nominated.
three of them. So we got three Game of the Year nominees here. and there's a chance that it could like one could sweep two categories. It's very tough here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
where do you vibe?
If you ask my gut check, I feel like Metaphor Re Fantasio, this is its pity you're not going to get Game of the Year win,
Okay.
but I could foresee a Final Fantasy VII sweep.
I could see that. I could see that. I don't think Elden Ring Shadow of the Archer is going to get anything. I think the noms were the pity. And it's weird and everyone feels weird cuz it's a DLC.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Shadow of the Erdtree getting nominated, that doesn't bug me so much because that's like, it's a big DLC pack,
I
you know?
agree.
It's like 50 hours.
Yeah.
Um, hmm. I feel safe saying Metaphor.
Okay. Do it.
Best action slash adventure. Different from best action game. I make this joke every year. So this is for combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. We have Astrobot, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and Echoes of Wisdom.
The question is did Silent Hill 2 come out early enough for people to play it before these
Silent
noms?
Hill 2 sticks out like a sore thumb amongst these other nominees, and I think that's because we don't have like a best, I don't know, horror category or
Yeah. Well, this may be where the adventure element really pops because it really doesn't belong in action at all, but then the puzzle elements really like show off here. I don't There's some games here that are really really good. I really wanted to play Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and I feel like if Prince of Persia got it, no one would be mad.
mm-hmm.
Um but this is where we get tough.
Because I don't think Silent Hill 2 Remake is nominated for Game of the Year, oddly
It is
enough.
not.
Last year, this category was between Tears of the Kingdom and Alan Wake 2 and Spider Man 2, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and Jedi Survivor.
Who
And
won
of
that?
those, Tears of the Kingdom took it.
So the crowd favorite just got it.
Yes.
There's a chance Astrobot gets it again.
I think Astrobot could stealth sweep the lesser categories, but not get Game of the Year.
I think that's totally possible. I wouldn't want it, but then again, you preface this with who do you think will win it, and not what do we want.
Yeah. I could also very much see Echoes of Wisdom, this being its category, since we said Family Game goes to Astrobot.
Okay, yeah, we could do that too. I would be okay with Zelda getting this.
Just thinking, because I'm enjoying Echoes of Wisdom, but it just doesn't seem to have the buzz. It had a good first week, but I
Yeah,
haven't seen a lot of like lasting impact.
yeah. I mean, it's a handheld Zelda. I think that just happens.
Yeah. And I could just see Surprise Silent Hill 2 taking this, ultimately.
Yes. I mean, I could see any of them taking this. I know nothing about Star Wars Outlaws. It's a very
Yeah,
neutral ignorance.
yeah. I think let's have faith in Zelda for this one.
Okay, let's do it.
Best action game. So it's primarily focused on combat. That's the difference. Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2.
Stellar Blade's not getting it. 1000%.
You think Keeley would be that anti gamer and pro censorship?
Yes. Yeah, very clearly. No, I just think like Black Myth Wukong ate its lunch.
That's true. In terms of like the champion of the gamers TM,
Yes.
Black Myth like annihilated Stellar Blade's place in the Gamersphere.
Yes. So like if anything was good, yeah. So this is also I would say Black Myth gets this one.
Over Helldivers 2.
Is Helldivers 2 gonna stealth sweep? Maybe. I think Helldivers 2 is gonna keep the multiplayer angle. I don't think Black Ops 6 is getting anything. I think Wukong would be the answer here. I don't know it. I don't know enough about Warhammer 40K to make a decisive call on that, but
Let's let's go with Black Myth.
let's do it.
It's an interesting looking again at this category and really thinking about the previous categories. It's a lot of different genres
With
ultimately.
Yeah, within one category. Yeah.
And that's a lot of categories compared to last year where it was the year of the AAA, but it was the year of the AAA, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas this it's a lot of double A like mixing and matching of genres.
Yeah.
Best VR/AR: Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening. I didn't even know there was a new Metro game.
I bet the Metro game is the best game. I bet the winner is gonna be Batman.
Yeah, but hmm. Yeah, Batman feels safe, but I also haven't seen anyone talk about it. Other
It's
beyond the fact of like, hey, you know there's a new Arkham game out, but no one's playing it because it's VR.
That being said, when I walk into, I know this is gonna sound archaic. I went to a Best Buy. Dear listeners, a Best Buy was an electronics store where you could physically purchase things.
Mm-hmm.
And the promotion for VR, well, all of it was Batman Arkham Shadow. All of it.
Hmm.
So I
So it's in the consciousness.
it is
Uh,
probably the closest thing to public consciousness, yes.
yeah. Yeah, let's go Arkham Shadow. Best mobile game: AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon trading card game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero.
Balatro is getting this.
You think in the mobile game category
That or
over Zenless Zone?
ugh. Ugh.
Who's stronger, the Gooners or the Balatroers?
Balatro was able to propel itself this far. I think Balatro's getting this. I think Pokemon TCG had a really good moment, and I feel like Zenless Zone Zero obviously is its own entity and monolith. But I think Balatro is the dark horse that's getting this, and then may go into Game of the Year.
You think that this is Balatro's? You're not getting Game of the Year. This is your pity win.
Maybe, if not. Balatro, we'll get to it when we get to Game of the Year, but I think Balatro gets this one.
Best debut indie: Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, or The Plucky Squire. Pretty stacked category, all things considered.
Yes, it is. The real question is whether or not they want to give Animal Well its flowers due to the publisher and its dev history. Um, I think Animal Well might get it here. I think it's between
I'm
Animal
feel
Well and Balatro.
I'm feeling Animal Well on this
Yes.
because I
I feel
don't think Pacific Drive, Plucky Squire, also very good debut titles, but I just don't think they have the push
also
that
when
Animal
we
Well and Balatro have.
And when we think debut, I think what would be the most exciting for me to see a developer make next is like the developer of Animal Well. I'd be like, yes, I want to see what they do next.
Yeah, yeah. I feel safe with Animal Well because the next category is the Just Shoot Me Now category of Best Independent Game: Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50.
Okay, UFO 50 is my goat, my game of the year. I think Lorelei may take this or Balatro again.
I've been playing, and at the end of this year, I have been playing through UFO 50, and I strongly feel it should take this category.
Yes,
But I have not played Lorelei, and I know Lorelei has captured the people that play it. But
yes.
Balatro has snuck inside the people that played it and replaced their organs with concentrated Balatro.
It's a very complicated category. Yes. If this may be the moment we should test. do you feel like we should vote for UFO 50? This may be the only category UFO 50's in.
I think it is. Like, flat out. I think UFO 50 can get nominated for anything else, which is, in retrospect, crazy.
Yes. Up to you. This is your call. I don't have the strength to make this choice.
It's not gonna win. I don't think it's gonna win, but I want to give UFO 50 its flowers.
Let's do it. That's what it's about.
Best community support. All right, now this is the category that always pisses me off because there's best community support and then best ongoing game. And those are different categories. So this is for recognizing game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsibleness, social media activity, and game updates / patches. So we got Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky.
Part of me thinks that who won last year?
Last year for best ongoing, it were best community support was Baldur's Gate 3, but best ongoing went to Cyberpunk 2077.
I feel like this is Final Fantasy's category again. I feel like now they've come back.
I kind of feel Helldivers 2 though, because one thing I knew about Helldivers is that the social media treated the game as like quote unquote real. Like players would be like they did it all in the role play of the Super Earth.
This is true,
You
but
know?
I also feel like the downfall of Helldivers 2 has been its ongoing support and its community support, in which there have been updates and patches that have directly went against community wishes. Now, does the Game Awards actually think about that stuff? No. But in my head, I'd be like, there's no way it should win. Because like the
I
game died because the developers removed things people liked.
But are people going to be thinking about that, or are they going to be thinking about that month they played Helldivers 2 nonstop and how fun it was to see the social media reflect that?
Or is the safest pick Final Fantasy 14 because it's an ongoing MMO that people play mindlessly?
Yeah, but
Um,
that'll also be nominated for best ongoing. I mean, this is just. I don't think either of us are really in the communities of any of these games, so we
pick
can't
Helldivers
properly
because
reflect.
the launch is pretty. That is a pretty good reason.
Yeah, I'm feeling Helldivers.
Do it.
And now best ongoing. So for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. So
Oh,
this is content updates, this is DLC.
I bet Diablo takes this actually.
So Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2.
I think Diablo takes this.
I was feeling Diablo for this one.
Yes.
Games for impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Closer the Distance. Indica, Neva, Life is Strange Double Exposure, that came out, and Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Tales of Kenzera Zao.
Oh man.
I feel Indica on this one because I watched a streamer play Indica. I think that's an amazing game. I
Mm-hmm.
know it had a buzz about it, but also I have always been consistently wrong in picking this category.
I think Indica is probably the most well-known of these, other than obviously Life is Strange. I have not heard good reception from Life is Strange Double Exposure.
No.
Um, Neva looked interesting to me. I believe that's the developers behind Gris, if I remember
Yes,
correctly.
it is. And it was nominated for Best Indie.
Um, but here's the thing. I have heard of Tales of Kenzera Zao, and that's like much more like about an authentic cultural, like transition or whatever. Um, Indica may be the gut pick though. Let's do Indica.
Innovation and accessibility. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Prince of Persia the Lost Crown, and Star Wars Outlaws.
Is this Dragon Age's category?
Because it's not like the Oscars give out, like, the Oscars for best audio description setting. Maybe they should, but it's just so hard to gauge what does accessibility better?
Yeah. This is indeed a hard category. I don't even know what they've all done to earn this nom. Other than Prince
Exactly.
of Persia streamlining some things for the Metroidvania genre, otherwise I have no idea what these people have done.
I know that Ubisoft always does well in this category, but they do well in accessibility, but they've never won this category. Honestly, I fall back on journalist Laura Kate Dale's show Accessibility, which is literally about this category. And I remember her having good praise for Diablo 4, and that's
Okay.
where my gut's at. But
Hey,
it's a crapshoot.
I'm down for Diablo 4 getting all the weird categories. Let's do it.
Fair enough. Best performance: Brianna White, Honatel, Humberly Gonzalez, Luke Roberts, and Melina Jurgens.
I believe this is the Silent Hill 2 pity category. I think
Yeah,
Luke Roberts is gonna get this. I
because these
don't.
other, like, Sinuous Saga, that was just like, that came across as a wet fart and also just trying to do what they did in the first game, which she was good in, and she won for. Like you said, there's no positive buzz around Life is Strange. Star Wars Outlaws, I see people that like that character, like her performance,
And one of
but
the
it
most universal things praised about the Silent Hill 2 remake is the acting and performances. And Luke Roberts as James is pretty fucking good. Out of these, I think it's a shoo-in.
okay. I think the only I was gonna say I think the only competition he has is Brianna White in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but
That's
I'm
possible.
fine with going with Luke Roberts.
Yeah.
Best audio design. So best in-game audio and sound design. This is separate from soundtrack, which is the next category.
This is so tough
So we
because
have,
I play all my games on mute.
and you're a crazy person for that. Astrobot, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2.
Throw a dart on a
Another one
board
that
for
just
this one.
runs the gambit of
Yeah.
different types of audio design.
Yeah, I feel like Silent Hill 2 was like nominated for its like I guess the does this include OST or is OST separate?
No, OST is a separate category. So this is
Uh,
just sound effects, how they're incorporated.
Astrobot actually did a really good job. I will say Astrobot's like sound effects through the controller. I feel like this is a Sony category. I think it is, where the Sony controller just makes the noises out of its speaker and like half
Mm-hmm.
of these do a really good job with that.
I think it comes down to Astrobot versus maybe Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
I know sound design is Senua's Saga's like whole thing with like the little voices whispering in your ear in and out and they're like moving around in the 3D audio space. But like I said before, I just didn't see anyone talking about this game, so I don't think it has any backing.
This is your call,
I
Murph.
I think I still believe in the Astrobot stealth sweep.
Do it.
It's the undercurrent. It's
Yeah.
the watershed. Best score and music, about the same nominees: Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Fantasio, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade.
I am playing Metaphor. I have played Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 does have a fucking bomb OST. The soundtrack is amazing. I'm wondering how much of it this goes into a would they award a category or a game that has basically a 20-year-old soundtrack, or are they not, or would they give an award to the guy 20 years ago who made a bomb ass soundtrack because it's the same guy? So that's a big I don't know.
The
um
last 2 years, this category has gone to Square.
oh, that changes things as well. There's a chance Rebirth gets this.
And it's hard because I have heard the soundtrack for all of these games and they all do work. I feel like in score and music, JRPGs just take it. So I think it's
Yeah.
down to Final Fantasy VII or
Or Metaphor.
Metaphor.
Get I would let's go Rebirth. Let's go Rebirth.
All right. Best art direction. So artistic technical achievement in artistic design and animation. So Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Neva.
Hmm. This is interesting. I feel like Metaphor has an amazing art direction. It utilizes like a very like it's very influenced by medieval art. It's like Persona mixed with Hieronymus Bosch. Very very cool stuff. I don't know if that's enough to take it. Neva looks really really pretty. Um Obviously there's Shadow of the Erd Tree that looks good. I don't think Black Myth Wukong is actually that good. And Astrobot I
I
think is too generic to be.
I think this is Black Myth's category.
Yeah.
I do. It's got like the technical achievement for the fidelity of the graphics. It's got the very intricate, like, you don't look at it because it's an action adventure game, so you're just blitzing by these things, but the actual like detail on enemy clothing and the well, what's the word, the reliefs on the wall, and also between every level there is a hand animated like cutscene that's all done in different art styles.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I guess if that's the case, you sold me. Pick Black Myth Wukong.
I just think that's what, like, this is its gimme category.
Got it.
Even though we gave it for best action game, but I think this is its other gimme because I don't want it to win game of the year.
Yes.
Best narrative,
Oh shit.
storytelling and narrative development. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Senua's Saga, and Silent Hill 2.
No mouth washing. Shaking my head. Um.
It's so weird that Like a Dragon isn't even nominated for Game of the Year, but I don't think it takes the narrative category.
Yeah. Metaphor is interesting because again, it's like a it would be like a persona thing, but it has like a lot of social issues. It feels very French Revolution and talks a lot about class and social dynamics. And in that I think it's really, really good and stuff. But that being said, I think this is probably, in my opinion, Rebirth's category or Silent Hill 2's or Hellblade 2 if there was traction slash we actually played the game and knew if it was
It's
good.
See, it's weird that you say it comes down to Final Fantasy VII versus Silent Hill 2, because those are both 20-year-old narratives that are being touched up and refreshed for this
Yes.
year.
Yes. I mean, games are iterative, right? And like if a 20-year-old story gets polished up with better everything else, and these have stood the test of time as well. That's my other logic here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's enough people that like Rebirth. I think there's more Final Fantasy VII fans than Silent Hill fans
Yeah,
in the game journo sphere.
yeah, I feel that. It's tricky also because a lot of like the titles we're seeing here uh actually came out relatively early this year. Final Fantasy VII, Like a Dragon, and Senua's Saga, those were all like March through January releases.
Yeah. So Metaphor and
Uh
Silent Hill 2 are recent and much more likely to be in the consciousness. Yeah.
yeah, the recency bias.
Yeah.
Uh but I do feel the rebirth
Yeah,
hype.
I feel like it's rebirths.
Best game direction. So outstanding creative vision, innovation in game direction and design. That's the important part because there's no game design category. Game design falls under game direction. So we have Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor
Oh,
ReFantazio.
okay.
All games that are nominated for Game of the Year.
This is my other tinfoil on the head. I believe this category is going to go to Shadow of the Air Tree because Jeff Keighley wants Miyazaki to like him.
Mm-hmm. He wants that thruple with Miyazaki and Kojima.
Yes. Yes. He almost had it with the original Elden Ring and then Armored Core. And he's like, yes, yes, but now he can't do it right now. So he's especially since that weird 15-year-old kid stormed the stage and
Mm-hmm.
Miyazaki during Miyazaki's speech. So like that went down like negative 15 points on the relationship scale. So Jeff
Yeah.
Keighley wants, you know, I think this is Shadow of the Erd Trees category.
Huh.
Balatro.
I'm thinking. I'm
No, I
thinking
don't
and
think Balatro gets this. Now that I think about it, I think direction, the word direction, makes it feel like this is a category for, I don't want to say auteurs, but this is a category for directors.
Who won last year? Last year, game direction went to Alan Wake 2. But the
An
year
auteur
before
game.
that, it was between Elden Ring and God of War, Ragnarok. And we said it was going to be Ragnarok, but it went to Elden Ring. And then Elden Ring also took Game of the Year.
Elden Ring's gonna get this. Again, he wants Miyazaki to like him, man.
Okay, I'll go with your
What do you
confidence.
think? Do you think different?
I don't know. My gut is saying Astrobot for some crazy reason.
Okay. Oh, because of the creative part and
Yeah,
innovation part.
yeah.
Can you redo it? I'd give you the Astrobot. Yeah. There you go. All right. Because my voice is on record, but
Yeah.
Astrobot's a good pick.
And now, Game of the Year. The absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields in perpetuity. Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantasio. This is such
Yeah, this is a
a
wild
weird
category.
lineup.
Yeah. I don't think Balatro gets this because of the story or lack thereof, because it only delivers on one singular thing. And the description of this is like the ultimate experience in all fields. Like, Balatro's not a technical marvel. I feel like the winner of this category, looking at this list, I hate to say it, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I feel like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has the push. It has. Because weirdly, I guess Shadow of the Erd Tree, but it's like, and I guess Astrobot in an aspect, but I was gonna say that Final Fantasy Rebirth is like the only like true sequel here, right?
Yeah.
It had the hype and build up of Final Fantasy Remake, and then like the intervening years, people waiting and waiting, and then it comes out, and it's as good as people hoped it was.
Yes, there was hype behind it and it delivered on hype for the people.
Yeah.
Um I I'm wondering if we are underestimating the effect Metaphor had. But even
Mm-hmm.
then, the problem is Final Fantasy VII exists. Like if Final Fantasy
Yeah.
wasn't here, I'd be like Metaphor could totally take this. But I'm like, I think Rebirth just squashes it.
Mm-hmm.
Murph, you
I
make
feel
this
I feel
call.
it's the Rebirth sweep.
Okay.
I think, yeah. I know Metaphor has the buzz. Like, to me, it comes down to these two plus Astrobot, because I think Astrobot's like the sleeper, the sneaky sleeper. But I think it gets to Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I think so. All right.
All right.
We've done it,
So,
Murph. We've all is it 29?
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
they've gone down.
Oh. Oh
So, how are we feeling about these?
my. I feel like it was the same case as last year where our either or could like the winner could go to the or, which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But this was also a category where or this was one where every category had like five completely different games. So then you're just
Yeah.
kind of fucking guessing. And it's like,
There's
okay.
decent arguments to be made.
Yes. In terms of stealth sweepers, I felt like Balatro could sweep anything that wasn't tech related. And it was in that I felt like Balatro wasn't gonna get the big ones.
I feel like Balatro would take it in a sort of like, I don't know, the Cinderella story like moment of yes, the rink-a-dink card game beat out Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, you know?
Yes.
And I think that sort of narrative could have hype for the people voting, but I think we live in a world of real things.
Yes. I agree. I mean, I feel like we chose what we could. And
Yeah.
then the one was UFO 50 because UFO 50 is the actual game of the year.
Yeah.
So,
But to player's voice though,
oh
we've
my
never voted
gosh.
on this. Oh, it really comes down to these 10. Okay, so Black Myth, Shadow Tree Rebirth, Genshin Impact, Helldivers 2, Zenless Zone, Wuthering Waves, Stellar Blade, Pal World, and Pre
Wow,
Fantasia.
this is not a good
I
category.
I don't mean to be blunt, but is this just the Gooner category?
If that's the case, then pick Zenless Zone. Ugh. It might be.
All right.
Oh,
We side with the Gooners.
yeah. Disgusting.
All right, votes submitted. So tune in. Wait. Oh, that's for round 3 of voting. Yeah, I don't need to be notified about that.
No. So now, dear listener, you have seen all the winners beforehand because we're going to be 100% right.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. So
So,
so invest in Astrobot and Final Fantasy stocks
yes.
and maybe a little bit of Diablo 4 for weird.
Yes. I agree. This was fun. I like this.
Yeah, I feel probably more confident about this year than
Than last
prior.
year's. Yes,
But
100%.
we've already established we're going to get at least 25 correct.
Yes. I feel like we could get
So,
25 here, yes.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean, I've already bet my life savings on it, so please to God.
yeah, out of 29 categories, we're only going to lose 4 of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's a great investment, Murph. All right.
All right, all right. Well, that's the end of this video. Tune in later for our retrospective on our Daydreamcast Game of the Weeks, and then also our own independent Game of the Year lists.